Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. How you guys all doing today? I hope you're doing great. On this video today, I'm going to show you how to achieve this maxi gown. This is totally easy, yes. Why? Because I'm going to show you a very easy way to achieve this. A DIY. Trust me on this one, okay? So this is the African print I'm going to be using to achieve this. And here I have 6 years of this frame. So before I go ahead on this one, I just want to do a little illustration so that you can understand this better. So how do I cut my fabric for this maxi gown if you actually want to achieve what you are seeing on the thumbnail? Now, this three piece represents my fabric. So what I'm trying to say now is this is 6 years. I'm going to be splitting it into three different parts, okay? Two years each. 6 years, and it comes by 45 inches, right? So I'm splitting it into three places. This is 2 years by 45, 2 years by 45, another 2 years by 45. Okay, so this is how I'm going to split my fabric, okay, into three different parts. So I'll just go ahead and demonstrate this. 2 years this way, 45 inch this way. So setting this two piece one side, this one piece of 2 years by 45, I'm going to be folding it into two. Okay, I'm going to be folding it into two, and I will be splitting it again. So which means by the time I split it, I will still be having 2 years, but this time around by 22.5 because it's 45, right? So splitting it into two is divided as 45 divided by 2. Then I will now have 22.5. So these two cut out now, I will going to join it one to each one of this one that I already have. So I will take this 2 years by 20.5 and join it here. I'm going to be sewing it. So can you see this? So right now I have what 2 years by 67.5, and the same thing 2 years by 67.5. So 67.5 is more than enough length to cover up the full length you'll be working with. Okay, I hope so. Yeah. So it is this two piece now that you now fold to cut out your flare. Okay, so what you will now have is having it this way. You are now going to what? Fold it what? In a triangle form. You'll be folding it in a triangle form to achieve the length that you want. Okay, that's it, guys. So I'll just go ahead now. I will split it just as I have demonstrated, join it, then I'll come back to show you the folding. So guys, you can see the joining on this part, just like I demonstrated with the paper. Here you can see the joining on this lower part. Okay, and so right now I have the two piece. The right side are both facing each other. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to create my fold, my triangular fold. So I'm going to be folding it in a bias form. So I'm bringing it this way. Hope you can see that. So I'll go ahead and arrange it properly. So you can see this now. I've created the fold. Okay, so here is where I'm going to start placing my markings. So having my fabric now, I will take my measurement tape and place my 8 inches mark. So I'll just move my tape to where I know I can get 8 inches in width. So here I can get my 8 inches. So I'll just indicate the mark here. Okay, so to be sure that I will have a straight line, I just don't want to go ahead and mark straight. I will come to my tip here, to the tip of this triangle, and get what I have here that I place. So what I have here is 12. So I'll move the tape to this other end and be sure that I have 12. You can see it's a little bit down. The more reason why I needed to do this. So just to be sure that I'm going to have a perfect straight line, so I'll connect the 2 points together. So you can see this now. I have my shoulder line. So if I'm going to be putting in my slope, you know how we do it by the 8 by 3 inches, put the neckline. If you want to go ahead and do that, then get the chest line and all that. But for me, I'm not going to be having a shoulder, just like you have on the thumbnail. It's going to have a strip, okay, not a shoulder. So I'm going to be cutting this in form of an off shoulder. So I'll be taking away, depending on how deep you want it to be, and I'll take away 4, 5, or 6. But I'll be taking away 5. So I'll place my tape at the 5 inches mark. So at this starting point, and I will indicate the chest line, which is at 9. So I'll mark 9 here at this chest line. Okay, then I'll here on this part I'm going to put in the bust span measurement, which is 8. My bust span is 8. If I divide it by 2, I have 4. So I'll come here and mark 4 inches. Okay, so that's it. So all I need to do now is to take this from here and connect it to my chest line. But before I do that, I'm going to be putting in a strip, like I said, and it's going to be about a 1-inch width of strip. So I need to create a little space where I'll put in that strip. So I'll just split about 1 inch here as well. Okay, so this space I have in between here is where my strip is going to fall in. Okay, so now that I've created this place, then I will take it from here and connect it to my chest line. So I'm just creating a curve. So this is the armhole part. Then on this part, I need to put the neckline. Remember, we're taking away 5, so but I want it deeper. So I'm going to go down to as much as 7 inches, and I'll use the same neckline for the front and back. So placing it at the 5 inches mark, I'll go down by 7 inches. Okay, so I'll mark 7 here. Okay, so all I need to do now is to take it from this point and connect it to this place. So I have my curve here. Okay, you can do a V shape depending on what you want, but I want it to be a round shape. So I want it to be a round shape. Okay, it's as easy as that. So you can see from here the neckline, I have the space in between here where I'm going to be putting in my strip. That's it, guys. Then on this line here, I needed to indicate this. This is the chest line. So you just take note of the bust measurements, which is working with is 38. If I divide it by 4, I have 9.5. So here I have 9.5 plus an extra, say, 2 inches of allowance. Okay, so which is okay. It's perfect for here. So all I need to do now is to take it from here straight down to the floor length. Okay, but before I connect the length, I need to also get the markings for the lower part. Okay, so all I need to do now is to take it from here. Remember, here is the starting point, and the length I'm working with, the full length is 56. So I'll be adding hemming allowance at the lower part. I don't need to be adding that again at the upper part. Remember, it's going to have a strip. So let's say 1 inch hemming allowance is okay. So I'll make it 57. So from here, I'll just take it and get my 57 at the lower part. So I'll just move this gently. So once I have my 57 here at this point, okay, so all I'll do now is to go back. I already have my 57 inches mark here, so I will go back now to the top in order to get a perfect curve. Instead of starting here, to start moving it at 57 here, in order to avoid any alteration, I will go back to this edge. Okay, so this is where I'll place and be moving in my taper. So I'll go back here and take this down to where I initially marked my 57 inches mark. Too bad my tape is not long enough. This is 60 inches marking. So what I have here is 60 plus, so I'll need to do this later on the floor just to have a wider space, but I need to show you guys so you understand what I mean. Then from here 10 inches more. Okay, so I hope you understand. I am taking it, I'm going to be moving it from this edge back to where I already initial. So this is from here I'll be moving in my tape. This is the best place. I'll place it here and be moving it to the till I get to the other side to create my perfect curve. I hope you understand that. It's as easy as that. So once that is done, once I'm getting my curve for the lower part, okay, I'll just take it at this chest line here and connect it straight down. And that's it, guys. So when I was done cutting, this is how it looks. You can see the lowest part. So here is the part where I'm going to be adding my strip. So this is it. So I'll go ahead and cut out the facing. So before I cut out the facing, I need to point out something. When I was taking the full length of the dress, I started from here, my tape at the top here, and I measured the full length. Okay, but I was supposed to take out 5 inches. Remember, we're taking out 5 inches for the strip. Okay, so I've gone ahead to correct that, and I was able to get the exact length. So I ended up trimming out some excesses at the lower part of the dress. Okay, so now I will take a piece of, I have some leftover piece from the cutout I'll use to cut out the facing. So I'll take the main piece and place it over it. Be sure that it is placed where you can have it all matched up. So what I'll do now is to trace this out. So I can take this off now. Okay, so what I'll do now is to just get the length of how long I want the facing to be. So from the top here, please so I'll make use of this 9 inches. Okay, so I'll go ahead and cut this out. So here is the facing for both pieces. Okay, so setting this aside. So right now I'm going to cut out the pockets. I need to cut out a width of say about 8 inches and a length of 10 inches is okay. About 10 inches, then 8 inches. So I'll just go ahead and create a curve. Okay, so just create a curve. So don't forget this about 8 inches, 7 to 8 inches is okay. Then the length here 10 inches is fine, or even 9 inches. So I'll go ahead and trim this out. So this is just for one part of the pocket, one side. I'll cut out another. So I have this for the two pockets, two pieces for each side. So for the strip, remember it's going to be we are taking out 5 inches, which means 5 inches for the front and 5 inches for the back. So it's going to be a long strip of 10 inches. I'll be adding, okay? So I'm going to be sewing with half of an inch on both sides, both the front and back, which is going to be 11 inches. I'm going to cut out 11 inches Then remember I said I want the width to be like 1 inch, so I'll use half of an inch to sew it up. So let's say I need about 3 inches in width. 3 inches against 11 inches. So I'll measure that out. So here I have this for the two strip. So I'll be sewing it this way. Sew with half of an inch inwards. Either you sew it from the inside and turn it out, or you can just make a fold here. Folding in half of an inch on both ends, so you have the strip that you need. Okay, so for the pocket I'm going to give a notch. So from my armhole point I'll come down by say 8 or 9 inches. So I'll measure 9 inches from the armhole point here. I'm measuring 9 inches down. Okay, so I'll give it a notch. So that's where the pocket will start from. Okay, so that's it, guys. We're done with the cutting. So here we have the main piece, is the facing, the strip, for the piece for the strip, and the pockets. So what is left now is just to join this piece together.